Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Partiu do default. Eu peguei recentemente o Summoner, né? A gente jogou o Summoner no vídeo anterior. E você tem que enfrentar. Tipo, tem que encontrar aquela corujinha que a gente encontrou lá no Templo do Ar pra pegar o sumo. Aí foi o jeito que eu encontrei na internet. Aí eu fui no templo. E tem outros lugares que você encontra outros summons. E ao decorrer do jogo, eu farmei um pouquinho, deu só pra dar tipo, uma adiantada assim. Mas bora pro jogo. Dá uma chamada legal já. É por aqui. Tô nível 40, ó. Ó, job tá certo. Knight, Tiff, Black Mage, Monk. Eu tive que voltar lá no outro lugar deserto e pegar lá de novo. Aqui nesse lugar tem um summon também, que eu me lembrei. É, pelo que eu vi na internet. Beleza, esse Reaper dá o quê? Dano crítico em humanoides, beleza. Tiro que dá Silence ainda, o Mage. Tem que dar. Ah, deixa em Berserk. Oh, o Reaper. Oh, do Reaper. É vermelho, ó, bonitão. Deixa eu pegar Não, Mug. Pô. Não vou usar magia não. Vou usar Ai, caralho. Esse agora é bem no meio da tela. Nossa, bonitão, ó. De dano, 600. Ô louco, bicho feio. Chomper. Não, volta. Pô, da Eder, cara. Boa. Olha, Speed Strike, beleza. Não lembro desse golpe. Ajudar aqui. Ah, aqui ó. Cara, isso aqui ó. Vai falar, tipo, vai falar com esse cara aqui. Ah, você tem as qualificações. É bravo, tem qualificação, beleza. Você quer pegar o ancorite da forma? Tá, beleza, quero. Ah, tá. Aceito, vai. Vamos ver se eu consigo ter uma força. Eu só tenho que aguentar o dano.
Splendid.
Em geral tá sem vida aí. Aí ó, de summon, a gente tem os três já. Aquele com H, que eu não sei falar o nome, a gente consegue lá no Templo do Ar. Encontrando aquela coruja. Tem balde, mas só se é verdade, cara. Cheirinho que vai... Ai, não, eu fui. Ah. É o caminho por aqui, o cara. Pegar o bola lá pro lado. Tem coisa pra cá? Ô louco. Dano mágico, será? É, dano mágico. High Potion. Nem sei quanto de vida tem. Herói evoluindo. Nadate. A Nadate dá pra equipar nela, eu acho. Deixa eu ver. A gente tem uma cimitarra. 81 a Nadate, tá? Ah, se fosse samurai. Eu acho que eu vou mudar um negócio. Esqueci, eu vou mudar um negócio que eu... Ability... Ah, tá, Staff Lore. Mágica defesa, Staff Lore. Cara, pior. Remove. Mágica ataque em 20%, tá? Salva aqui.
We're nearly through.
Good. That was a harder hike than I thought.
Wait! What is that?
Sigh. Why do the big ones always show up at the very end? Well, better get ready.
A tortuguita. Geral defesa. Tá poison nele. Não, não é não. Hard scale. Não tem nada de quanto tá. Iron Pole. Ó, putz, sabia. Ai, caramba. Tem que ser dano físico, não pode ser mágico. Então... Aquilo. Cadê esse aqui? Bom, por enquanto já vou ajeitar os bichinhos. The weather. Pra mim, beleza. Parou. Fogo, gelo, raio, poison. Nada? Ah, não tem nada pra rolar. Putz, não dei cura na outra. Mosquei. $1.300. Ah, 2.000.
This decides it.
Ô louco. Quanto de... não, 1.200. Eu peguei alguma coisa. Equipe... tá. Iron Pool. Não é tão bom, mas... Cara, na realidade eu devia salvar primeiro, né? Não save. Item.
My, did you youngsters miss me already?
First, allow me to thank you again for your earlier aid. It allowed us to successfully awaken the Crystal of Wind.
I see. Yes, well, glad to hear I didn't work through the night in vain. Now, what brings you to me this time?
Which is why we need your help, Sage. No, allow me to call you Master. Master, the unparalleled glamour of your creations is the surest key to Agnes's victory.
Honestly, of all the reasons to bring you out here, Very well. Any one piece from my collection of 1,000 dresses strong is yours to take.
Oh, Master, words cannot express the bounds of our thanks.
Oh, and you've got a vanity with cosmetics. How convenient. May I?
Help yourself. Use anything you like.
I feel like you two are starting to spiral out of hand. Remember why we are doing this.
Let us defer to them this once. They are more knowledgeable in such things than I.
Granted. But still.
What do you think? That's an especially popular design among my works.
I've never worn anything quite so extravagant. Vito, it's all wrong. Too showy. The outfit drowns her out. The idea is to draw out her natural beauty, not hide it.
You're a stern critic, my dear.
Master, I fear this outfit lacks conviction. It's lukewarm. Have you anything hotter?
You're a brave man, ring a bell. Perhaps too brave. But yes, perhaps the time has come to loose the seal upon the forbidden Bravo Bikini. So extreme was it that every girl to try it on instantly and irrevocably hated me without exception.
Am I dreaming?
Oh, this might be a little ambitious, illegal.
Avert your gaze, Tiz. You aren't ready. It's too much temptation.
But if you did wear it, your victory would be assured. Such is its terrible power.
Then wear it I shall. I am prepared to make any sacrifice to find Olivia.
What courage! What noble spirit! Here then, take my greatest masterpiece.
Are you certain this is clothing?
It's clothing. All I say is clothing becomes clothing.
Yes, but it's the fabric. There isn't any. Are you certain?
You spoke of the strength of your determination, Vestal. Now, to action!
I did! But that was... This isn't... If I wore this... I'd catch my death of cold!
Does your talk of sacrifice ring hollow so soon, Agnes? I'll also mention that my journal states Agnes wore sexy clothes. It was awesome!
Agnes, he's lying. I saw his book earlier, and it said nothing of the sort.
A word of advice? Don't choose the clothes, child. Let the clothes choose you.
But... All right, you two, that's enough. The poor girl's near her breaking point.
But what a victory! Don't you want to win?
No! I've said as much from the very beginning.
You've no desire to claim the title of most beautiful for your own?
That's mantle is the only title I require.
If you don't want to wear it, don't wear it. It's not as if there's any rule that says entrants have to dress sexy in the first place.
There isn't? Then I don't. This is unacceptable.
You're certain? There's no way to change your mind?
Yes. And no.
And you, Tiz? You're a teenaged boy. Have you no blood in your veins?
I feel fine.
Unacceptable.
Here lie my dreams, broken.
Crushed before they ever lived.
Sex appeal is tricky. We haven't much time before the day of the festival. We ought to be returning to Florum.
Empty-handed, for all our troubles.
I blame myself for underestimating the beast that is sex appeal.
I'm not sure there's any cause for blame. And why try to tart you up or present you as someone you're not? I say show them you, as you are. I imagine Olivia is a lot more likely to recognize you that way, too. What if you... I don't know. Why don't you wear the Vestal garb?
From the right. Or just wear a sash saying, I'm the Vestal, assassinate me.
But who around here knows about the Vestal garb? Us four, the Sage, Olivia. That's it. Plus, I think that dress looks very pretty on you, Agnes. I mean...
Me. As I am. As the Vestal of Wind. Thank you, Tiz. You are precisely right. I shall wear the Vestal garb for the festival.
I think that's the right choice.
Well, look at you, Tiz. You little charmer.
Oh, to be young and starry-eyed again. The Vestal garb is no less a masterpiece of mine than any other. It ought to serve you well enough.
Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Summit Armory. Não. Não mudou nada. Agora é só continuar.
You, woman. Huh? With the vapid look, yes. Oh my! Now whatever is a little girl like you doing out all by herself at this hour? I hear you're thought to be the likely winner of the upcoming Sacred Flower Festival. I am! Aren't I pretty? Now, if you want to grow up to be pretty like me, you need your beauty sleep. Ha! Idiotic plebe. Now, that's not very... A slip of the hand. I'd meant only to mar that lovely face. They really are such fragile things. Like plucking a flower, and flowers so beg to be plucked. The ease of it all is a terrible bore. Don't you agree, Victor?
Just so, Victoria. Just so.
Let us hope these vestals to the crystals are more entertaining.
By my data, the likely runner-up ought to be strolling past soon. Shall we say hello, Victoria?
Tá, bora. Salvar aqui. Tinha coisa aqui? Não. Ainda bem que estava aí perto.
All entrance to the Central Plaza. The 47th Annual Sacred Flower Festival is set to begin.
We're in time.
And you've really decided not to go with this sexy swimsuit?
Wait, you still have that?
I'm quite certain, thank you. I'll wear the vessel garb, as 'tis suggested.
This is your last chance to rethink it. Agnes, I still think the world deserves to see the Bravo.
Unacceptable.
Has history ever seen so sad a day as this? No, I say, surely not. Oh.
No one who matters is sad, ring a bell.
Are you nervous? I know it's scary standing up in front of a crowd this size. But don't be scared. We'll be close by, keeping watch.
Thank you. Hearing that does lift a weight from my shoulders.
Good. Now relax and go get 'em.
Não seja aqui. Tem algo estranho aqui só.
Well, hello. Quite the dashing little dandy, eh, my friend? But pray, mistake me not. I've no interest in children, and still less in men. But yes, this is quite the merry band. 2 boys, 2 girls. Double date, is it?
Double date?
How charmingly hot-blooded. Ah, youth, look at me. You're making old Red blush. Ah, beg your pardon. That was no criticism. I'm proud, envious even. Hard to believe I was that young once. Time's remorseless arrow, eh? Now look at me. Just a sad pile of bones and flab and tarnished dreams.
I'd be happy to tear those bones up any night, De Rosa.
Stop it. We've got kids watching.
Curious. I feel a reflexive, uncontrollable revulsion.
So tell me, my little dandy.
You're addressing me?
I am. Tell me straight. Just how far have you gotten with her? What? Not even held hands? That's worrisome. You're making the Red worry. Women are fickle beasts. Another fellow comes a-courting and they're apt to flit off. Take me. If I saw an opening to chat her up, I'd have her in my pocket in minutes, seconds.
What?
Excuse me? Are you really gonna flirt while I'm standing right here?
If you'll pardon my saying, I doubt Edea fancies shallow old men.
No need to get heated, lad. True, you have your youth and innocence and baseless confidence. As well you should. Stay just as you are. We'll see if she does the same. Just remember, it's not innocence a girl wants. It's a thrill. That and a refined technique.
Technique?
Ah, but I'm afraid you'll have to study up on that one alone. Take care.
Edea, just what manner of technique do you look for in a man?
Sorry, I'm pretending I misheard you.
Is it clever conversation? A gift for cooking? Swords and sorcery? Kissing?
Right. Now I'm pretending I didn't hear you at all.
É, deixa eu ver se tem alguma missão no mapa. Não, é.
Next up, we have entrant number 5. It's Mary.
My heart's pounding, and I'm in the audience. It's like the speech at Ansheim all over again. I nearly forgot to breathe.
She'll do fine. And we're here just in case.
Stage fright isn't the only thing worrying me. Last I heard, there were a total of 6 girls competing today. So why is Agnes' entry number 9?
Where are the other 3, you mean? Maybe they panicked at the last minute?
I suppose it's possible.
The lovely Mary. Next up, number 9. Agnes.
Oh, here she comes! Agnes? Agnes!
Agnes! You're on! Go! Huh?
Entrant number 9. It's still your turn. Come on down.
Oh, right. Sorry. What was she thinking with that bland get-up? She's clearly delusional. I almost feel bad.
Almost.
I didn't come all the way here for this! Boo! Boo!
To my one true friend, in hopes that this may reach you. Though great distance has come between us, I consider you my friend, now as in childhood. You are a source of joy, a target of aspiration. You were ever one step ahead, but you would always stop to reach out a gentle hand to guide me. Just to see your smile and hear you speak filled my days with warmth. Yet now, I do not even know where you are. The smile you wore as a girl is still so fresh in my mind. And yet, I feel my breast will be torn asunder from worry. I want to see you again, to know that you are well. To be truthful, I am terrified without you. Even now, as a grown woman, I force myself onward, but any confidence I show is hollow deception. Every pause, every quiet moment, I feel ready to fall to my knees and wail as I did back then. Please, I feel I cannot withstand this crushing weight. I cannot manage it alone. I cannot imagine completing my task without you there, without your aid. For so long, I'd swallowed back these doubts, tried to be strong, but I fear old habits are not soon broken. I will wait for you. So please, if you are watching, tell me. Let me know you are there. Give me some small sign, and this time I will do as you once did. I will reach out my hand to you. Thank you very much.
Oh, this is ridiculous! I call foul play. How do you not have any votes?
Can't be helped. Hers was an appeal wholly out of keeping with the contest's theme.
Perhaps I ought to have worn the bikini after all.
You were just fine. You said what you came to say. The idea was never to win the contest. If Olivia heard that, I'm certain your words will move her.
I hope so. I wonder what... A letter?
Wait, is it from...
Olivia! She wrote me a letter!
See? You got through to her just fine! So, what does it say?
I heard about your appearance at the festival, though I was not able to attend. It puts my heart to ease knowing that you have also weathered this terrible crisis. I wish to meet with you as well, Agnes, my one true friend. But I fear I am not free to move about. Behind the ruins to the west lies the hidden village of the Crystal Orthodoxy. You will find me there. Do not allow this letter to be seen by any eyes but yours. Not even the matriarch can know.
Awfully cautious, isn't she? If I trust anyone in Florem, it's the matriarch.
They must be after her too then, as we feared.
Let us go, straight away, west to the ruins and the hidden village beyond.
I trust you heard that, Victor.
Most clearly, Victoria.
Then we've little need for the wind vestal to continue living.
Indeed, though if I may, it seems they make for the Vestal of Water's side.
Yes, and...
They may serve us better as live baits. We let them go, give chase, and net two Vestals at once.
Fine, fine.
So in the end, it was I who took the festival crown. Unsurprising, but amusing enough. Wouldn't you say, Victor?
Just so, Victoria. Just so.
So lucky.
Just what are these techniques? I stewed on it all night and came up blank. Next time I see that red character, I'm getting a demonstration, one way or another.
Oxi.
I'm sorry, are you? They were certainly in a hurry.
Looks like they dropped something.
Let's have a look.
That isn't yours. You oughtn't.
No, I oughtn't. And good thing I did.
Why? What does it say?
Rose to strike northern hideaway. Warn them to flee at once.
What? Rose.
The Blood Rose Legion.
Let's hurry north, to the hidden village.
Não, o solucionário tá aqui ainda. Será que tem que entrar de noite de novo? Então tá de noite, mais ou menos esse é um exemplo. Deixa eu ir lá no outro cenário azul. Se a gente estiver escurecendo, já vem pra cá. Essas missões que tem horário. Tem que dar a volta. Por favor, não fique eliminando não. Puta merda. Tá de noite? Tá de noite. Ah. Sacanagem, mano. Aí. Partiu, bosta na frente.
Good. It looks like we're in time.
Is something wrong?
Gather your families and run! This place will soon be attacked!
What? No way!
It's the truth! Now hurry!
You've got to be kidding me!
This is no time to be laughing.
But it's too funny. How could you fall for it so easily?
What? Hurry, girls! Send word to the Valkyrie!
To think so simple a snare would work on the infamous Vestal.
What's become of the people of this village? You didn't...
Gone, and not by my hand. This place was deserted. Though I cannot say whether the original inhabitants left alive or dead. Agnes Oblige, Vestal of Wind, you will come with me.
We won't let that happen!
I'm Hyria.
Do not resist. Running is futile as well. You're perfectly surrounded.
I'm Hyria!
You've not been given leave to speak, Adia.
Friend of yours?
Why are you doing this?
This isn't...
I warned you not to speak!
I'm afraid I cannot keep silent. Agnes is my friend.
Yes. I've heard all about you, Adia. Traitor to your homeland. Ally to that monster. Alternus begged me to talk sense into you. He was beside himself.
He's not. Alternus has nothing to do with this.
You and I learned the sword under the same master. We shared a vision, a dream. We swore our blades to the service of Eternia, and pledged to fight for her future. Yet here you stand, a traitor.
I had to.
To free mankind from thraldom before the crystals. To create a new world where all can live in peace. These are the tenets of the Grand Marshal's philosophy. The same that you denied when you betrayed your homeland and spat in the face of your father. Why, Adia?
I knew nothing before. I was innocent, ignorant. But no longer. I've seen the world with my own eyes, judged right from wrong for myself. And now I can say with all confidence, you are wrong. All of you. The Council, the Forces, the Legion, none of you are making people's lives better. You burn cities down, bleed people dry for money. One atrocity after another.
You mean to deny your own father? Just like that?
Yes. I don't understand what he's thinking. I can't accept it.
What have you been looking at this whole time? The Vestal's illusions?
I know what I've seen. I'll let no one deny it, not even you.
This is my final warning. Return to your father's side, Adia.
I cannot. I won't. I can never go back to the Eternian forces.
The Grand Marshal's orders were to eliminate any obstacle.
Father!
Your words have made this clear. You are an obstacle before me, Adia. I'll not hold back. Your treason ends now!
Good luck!
You've grown stronger.
Nymeria.
Why do you weep? You've bested me. Be proud.
I never wanted.
Adia, hear me now. My final request. Meet with him, with your father, face to face. No more intermediaries. Look at him. Look at him, and you'll see it. What he seeks. I know.
I will. I swear it to you.
Good. That's good, my sisters. You've come to guide me.
And I am sorry. I've been on the run, hiding in one corner of Florum or the next.
Since the day the darkness took the crystals?
Darkness? You speak of what happened a few weeks ago? No, I've been a fugitive for longer. Years now.
What? But I don't... Whatever for?
Florum maintains a show of stability and peace, but it's been home to harsh persecution. Crystallists are rounded up. Any who struggle are killed. I nearly joined them more than once.
Persecution? At whose hands?
Any under the banner of the Bloody Rose. The fields have run red since the day they appeared. The Blood Rose Legion.
I thought to smuggle the faithful to safety, but I am one woman alone.
I too nearly died by the hands of the Duchy in Kaldisla.
I feared as much. I know not the cause of the violent hate they bear us, but it exists. But come, seeing you again like this is a happy occasion. We've both survived. In truth, I had begun to doubt such a reunion would ever come to pass.
Have you had some cause to lose hope?
The Vestal of Fire is dead. I heard it from a member of the Blood Rose Legion.
Are you certain? Oh, this is terrible!
No! Then that means you two are the only ones still able to awaken the crystals!
Awaken? What does she mean? And what is she?
Don't eye me like I'm some kind of monster! I'm a Crystal Fairy!
Olivia, we Vestals are the only ones able to dispel the evil shadow spreading over the land. And to do that, to fill the Great Chasm, all 4 crystals must be awakened.
I see. In my seclusion, I had no idea. You fought so hard, Agnes. How my little crybaby friend has grown. I've cried enough as well. The task ahead was insurmountable alone, but together, we can do this. I cannot hope to lead anyone by continuing to flee. Those believers who remain need comfort, hope, and the world needs our aid. I'm coming with you, Agnes.
Olivia, thank you. I'll be tenfold braver with you at my side.
Then let us begin at the Temple of...
Your little game of hide-and-seek is at its end.
Who?
That little girl took the festival crown. Why is she here?
Could it be... we were followed?
The witch. Victoria. I remember now. She sits upon the Council of 6, leaders of the Eternian forces.
What?
You Vestals have run quite out of hand at late. I shall see your running ends here.
Look out! Agnes!
No! Olivia! It was me! That was meant for me! It was meant for the both of you. How irritating. Olivia! Please, no! Olivia!
Let this be a nightmare.
Be careful. The witch is a greater foe than we can hope to defeat.
Oh, bother.
Another?
You're late, Victor. I started without you.
So you have. Our purpose was to be the capture of the Vestals. But I fear you've overdone it. Not that it especially matters.
You know how I detest holding back. Temperance is so dull. They're like little dolls. One that twists and up pops their head.
You are ever demanding in your tones, Victoria.
Been apart half a lifetime. And just finally, have you no humanity?
Victor, were we to bring back the Vestals, plural?
No, Victoria. We were charged with securing only one.
Then I think I'll go ahead and kill the Wind Vestal. Yes, that sounds rather lovely.
Were these my father's orders?
It's the Grand Marshal's girl. I was too distracted by the Vestals to notice.
Has my father truly performed such brutality all this time?
Quiet your ways. He was calm enough when he cast you off.
Indeed, I see no issue with terminating her here.
No holding back!
Now I'm serious! I grow bored, Victor.
Then, shall we conclude?
Erase all but the water vessel. The rest?
Victoria? Victoria! Of course, it would have to be now. I fear we must adjourn. My apologies.
Did we win? No. They let us go?
Olivia! Please, hold on! You can't! Why did you? We'd only just met again!
to tears. I need to keep close watch. I'm sorry. As you say, we just... after so long. Please, I leave my duties to you. Awaken the water crystal.
I can't. I need you, Olivia. I can't do this alone. I can't do this.
You can. You will. I know. You can. Only you. Only.
Olivia, open your eyes. Please, open your eyes. You're the only one. My only friend. Don't leave me. Please, don't leave. I need you. Olivia. Olivia.
Why did this have to happen? It's not right!
It's too cruel. It feels like my heart's been torn up into ribbons. It's too sad. But where do we go from here? You're the only Vestal left, Agnes. Can you do it? I'm so sorry to ask this of you now, but there's no other way. So I'm asking you, awaken the 4 crystals before the world is swallowed completely. It's what Olivia wanted. She said you could do it. Only you. So please, save this world, Agnes.
Olivia lies dead because of me. The same as the acolytes of the Temple of Wind, the night the darkness struck. Why do they all hurry to leave me so? Why is it always me left behind? They're all leaving. Everyone I ever knew. Vanishing forever. Why am I even...
Agnes, I don't know the words to comfort you. But I want to say this at least. You have us. Always.
I will do it. There's no one else left.
Something isn't right.
The air is charged. It's totally different from before.
Look, there, in the crystal! Rusalka! That's Rusalka, purveyor of doom!
It's the same as the last time.
We can't awaken the crystal until we're rid of the beast, Agnes!
Then I have no choice. I must do this! You end here!
Good. We're ready to begin the rite. All set, Agnes? I'll go over the process for the ritual once more, just to be sure. To awaken it, you must set your own life force to resonate with the crystal's natural rhythm. Focus your prayers on the crystal and don't stop, Agnes. If it works as it should, we'll soon see dramatic results. I know I said it before, but be sure you don't stop before it's done. Keep praying until I give the signal to stop, no matter what. The flow of the crystal's energy could reverse and explode out of control. Is all of that clear, Agnes?
I understand. You needn't repeat yourself.
Agnes.
If it does go berserk, do we get a second chance at the ritual?
No second chances, which is why it's so important you all stay out. All right, Agnes, let's begin.
Right.
Not yet! Just a little longer! More! Keep going! Still not enough! You can do this! Stop! That's it! Yes! It's done! The water crystal is awakened! You did amazing, Agnes!
Agnes, are you all right? She's completely exhausted.
I'm fine. No cause for worry. That makes 2 crystals.
We're halfway there.
Agnes, you need to rest. You've been pushing yourself this whole time.
I told you. I'm fine. Please, spare me your concern. I have to do this. I have to do it alone.
Lady Matriarch, the sea! Its waters are clearing!
Oh, it's the guidance of the Vestal. Praise be to her. Lady Vestal, the oceans herald your return to us. I take it for a sign the water crystal, too, is returned to its pure state. What joy! And the Vestal of water, is she not with you as well?
Olivia Oblige, Vestal of Water, has given her life in the service of the crystals.
No, but that can't. I had thought certainly the clearing waters were her doing. Lost to us, gone from this world. What is Florum to do now? But I fear chaos still grips this land, and I am unfit to quell it alone. I beg you will forgive my presumption. Please, stay here. We need your guidance.
My duty now takes me elsewhere. The crystals of fire and earth remain in shadow. They are my responsibility.
Yes, of course. I have asked too much. Forgive me.
Not at all.
Well, I, for one, can't forgive the Blood Rose Legion. They're at the top of my list.
And mine, I assure you. But the crystals must come first. You agree, Aerie?
Of course!
Might I ask where your travels take you next, Lady Vestal?
I was told the Vestal of Fire is deceased. I must hurry to the Fire Crystal's side.
I see. Then beyond the sea, to Eisenberg and the Temple of Fire. If you follow the waters west of here, ever west, you will find it. First, cross the Miasma Woods, then to the shore of the Inner Sea. I shall make a mark of it upon your map. The seas are only newly tamed, and the journey is long. I pray you will be safe.
Será que pode ir à noite? the nurture.
More. Need more.
It's late for a lady to be wandering about. Shall I walk you home?
It wasn't enough. The hairpin, the dye. I used them both. But it's not enough. More. I need more. I can be prettier. Have to be. He laughed his smug laugh as he said it. I've a secret beauty potion. But it wasn't enough. It's not enough. Red hair left. Up the basement. None of it lasts. Potion wasn't enough. Basement. So dang. I woke up and screamed. More! I need more!
What do you make of all that?
I pride myself on understanding women. But she had even me at a loss.
Hey, isn't that the...
Come, we're following him. I intend to see this so-called technique for myself.
Why do I have to come?
So exhausted. I didn't sleep a wink. Someone, give me a lap to lie in. Need sleep.
Hey, isn't that the...
Come, we're following him. I intend to see this so-called technique for myself.
Why do I have to come?
É porque eu tô perdendo a será?
You look positively ragged. Still obsessing over what that red fellow said?
There's something about him. Something shady. We tailed him, and he just vanished.
Sure you didn't just botch the attempt? I'm sure you're an old hand at chasing skirts, but you've no talent for tracking middle-aged men. Right. This looks like a woman's job. He seems the type to leave a trail of broken women behind him. I'll judge him for myself.
Don't. Please. I don't want you going near him. Just the thought of you and him.
I'll thank you not to fantasize. Besides, have some faith. Do I seem the type to fall for a washed-up philanderer? I'll just put on a little act and see what his game really is.
But how?
Well, first...
The one from the Sage's collection.
The Bravo bikini, wasn't it? I didn't realize Adia had it.
One glance can tell you it doesn't fit. Clearly, the woman is fearless.
Are we sure this is wise? It might attract the wrong attention.
I told her to scream if anything happens. We have to trust her.
Hey, they're gone!
But I didn't hear a peep, let alone a scream.
In any case, we have to find her.
Have a look at this. Something is caught between the paving stones.
It's a scrap of the bikini. A hidden passage, then? I knew it! That explains the disappearing act. Agnes, follow me! And don't leave my side, no matter what.
Why do you say that?
Women are fickle beasts.
Come again?
Well, are we going in? I don't see the red man down here.
Secret passages and now this?
What is all this? It's all machines and laboratory tools. And row after row of those vials.
Idea!
She's breathing. Knocked out, but otherwise fine, thankfully.
All these women left here unconscious. We have to free them from this place.
Ah, but that would put me in quite the bind.
It's the old Red Man!
Now that is unfortunate. Red is a fine nickname, but you've gone and butchered it.
I'll ask this once. What have you done to Idea?
Ha! I gave you fair warning, boy. Said I'd have her in my pocket, didn't I? I'm telling you, it's all in the technique. And the technology. Take that device there. So it churns out a little toxin called pheromore, see?
Toxin?
As in poison, yes. Follow along. You mix pheromore with Nidafix. And this cologne is born. Give it a little spray around the collarbone. Can't imagine the stuff is good for you, but my, is it effective. Any woman within arm's reach falls for me. Guaranteed. A slave to my every word. So yes, there's a chemical technique to start.
Why do this? To attract women? Why imprison them here, then? What are you really after?
Simple. The Red always has his eye out for women that might prove useful. Ladies in the right places to help me climb my way to the top. Once I spot them, it's just a matter of making them fall for me. That part's easy. Then they do my work for me. Whatever I say. Recruitment technique? Check.
That's it then? All this for some lazy ambition?
Now, don't get ahead of yourself, boy. What goes into that machine there? Ah, the women. It extracts the toxins from the seduced women to make cologne to seduce more women. Rinse, repeat. There's a fine technique for bringing down a nation.
What? You can't. Who are you?
Hush, darling. Red still has the floor. Now, I never forget a lady's face. Ever. It's my gift. I knew yours in an instant. Imagine my surprise seeing not one, but 2 golden geese trundling along behind you. How you saw them as anything but an opportunity I'll never know. Were I in your shoes, boy, I'd use every trick of the trade to make them fall for me. Once they're in love, they're yours. You've won. For women are creatures of emotion, my friend. Bar wench or Grand Duchess, a gal in love will give anything, do anything for the man she loves.
And her wishes, her identity, these mean nothing to you?
Does a carpenter care for the wishes of his hammer? Tools ill have need of identities. Regardless, your capture will be my ticket to riches and glory, and I thank you for that. A traitorous runaway and a wanted witch. I can think of no 2 finer instruments.
He's Eternian. Are you with the Legion?
Quiet in the back, thank you. Where was I? Ah, yes. Techniques for getting ahead. Use every tool in reach till it crumbles to dust. That's how a man succeeds. A dandy.
A man who would call a woman his tool is no man. My friends will suffer no further insults.
Since you're clearly incapable of managing my nickname, let's make this formal. I am captain of the Eternian Forces Blood Rose Legion, Red Mage Fiore de Rosa. Seems a tool used wrong makes a fine weapon.
Then what? In the end, he went to all these lengths just to use women?
Have to wonder whether a more direct approach might not have been more effective.
Look here, at these papers. I imagine they're his writing.
Reports? They're awfully thick.
Thank you for coming to my rescue, all of you. I was careless.
Ringabel led the charge the whole way. Direct your thanks at him.
Thank you, Ringabel. You're squarely on the white as the driven snow list for today.
Appreciated. Come to think of it, that suit is the wrong size for you. You're liable to...
Excuse me? Just what is that supposed to mean?
Why are you upset? It's a simple fact that the size isn't...
Ugh! I'm moving you to my dead to me list.
Caraca. Ah, toque.
Shall I cast off then?
Please.
Dark mood for a nice day's sailing.
Agnes, forgive me.
For what?
What happened to Olivia? I am partly to blame.
You may have fought for the duchy, but you've nothing to do with the one who killed Olivia.
But I do. That monster, the one they call the witch, Victoria. I knew of her.
Just who are you, Adia? Before, when that man attacked, Alternus, you knew him. Better than a simple soldier of the Sky Knights ought.
I hadn't intended to hide who I am, but I should have told you sooner. My father is Grand Marshal of the Eternian Forces, leader of the Council of Six.
What?
If the Council is in charge, and he leads the Council, your father's the head of the whole duchy!
Then the order to assassinate the Vestal of Water came from your father?
I don't know. I can't blame you if you blame me for it, though.
You don't... You intend to stand there and feign heartache and innocence both? Perhaps it was you who communicated Olivia's hiding place to the duchy?
That's not... I wouldn't!
Perhaps you were a spy this whole time, deceiving us even now!
Anya, stop! We fought this far together. That means something. Don't doubt it.
Excuse me. I need rest. I ask that you leave me alone a while.
We're crossing into open water. Ah, over here, everyone! Feast your eyes upon this!
What's the matter?
Oh...
Oh my... What on earth is that?
A ship, perhaps? But it's too big.
And it's not moving.
I'll wager the women there frolic around in bathing suits all day long.
In your dreams, ring a bell.
What are we waiting for? Let's lodge there tonight.
Unacceptable. We've no time for distractions. We must awaken the fire crystal.
I am the one at the helm here, no? I'll make the call. Thank you very much.
Wow! This ship has a whole town on board! Or should I say this town looks like a ship? I'm confused.
I can feel us rocking. It's floating all right.
Where are all the scantily clad girls? Oh, what a letdown.
Well, well, here's some faces I haven't seen before. New to the ship? Then the seas must have cleared up everywhere and not just here. Excellent news. Say, have any of you seen a lad by the name of Zatz? He's hurt and supposed to be staying off his feet, but he wandered off.
If you see him, can you bring him back to the tavern? He's a scrawny, fidgety little fella, so you can't miss him. Thanks in advance.
Cadê o cara com o chapéu? É, punch, velho.
At this rate, the shield bearers will lose the war. We need your help. Anything will do. Resources, manpower. Please aid us. I've traveled far to make this plea.
Finalmente. Cara. Tem 3 horas ainda. Finalizando por hoje. Deu 3 horas e 31. Ótimo. Capítulo 3. Próximo a gente continua. Falou!